Hello and welcome to another episode of the Scenic Route. Today we're going to be doing a bit of fishing. Well, not really fishing, but going to recycle this fishing boat. Once we do that, we'll finish up the last two objectives that we have at the moment, and no doubt we'll end up with some more. But for this episode, we're just going to keep it, hopefully, fairly short. Now, loading these things can be a bit tricky, especially when visibility is not so good. I'm using the heavy vehicle transport for this. I think it's probably one of the few vehicles that can actually hold cargo of this size. It's probably not well balanced. I'm going to try and get it a bit more to the right. Not on flat ground, but nope, that didn't work. Yeah, it's a bit tricky because the bottom of the boat is not flat. And there's no sides to the bed of this truck, so I'll give it a few more attempts. At least I can see what I'm doing now. You know what? What if I flip it around and I try and wedge the front of the boat in between the ramp here? I think that's done it. Let's see. Oh, I gotta get that crane out of the way. Oops. Alright. That did the trick. I had to just have to wedge the front of the boat, the bow, if you will, between the two ramps there. Alright. This could be a good thumbnail. Now I'll probably fast forward through this bit. We'll see you on the other side. We're going to take it to the steel beams facility, and we'll see how many beams we can get from it. So, alright, I'll get on the way. Hopefully I won't tip over, and I'll fast forward through. See you on the other side. Alright, that got us 11 steel beams. Pretty good. I'll just get this truck out of the way and we'll go on to some objectives. I'm going to block all of these storage blocks. Alright. Objectives. So this one we've already replaced the pipes. I did that well before the objective was here. If you look on the infrastructure tab, when you get to the new sections, all the infrastructure seems to come up at once. So I had already done those. So all I need to do is deliver an object to the backup pump station. So we need to pick it up from the steel pipes facility, which is next to the industrial base. So that's handy. I'll deploy everyone's favorite truck, the Voron 3327, down the field. So I'll bring that back in. And let's go pick up this valve. The other side of the fastening shop. There it is. It's a big valve. And it's there, but small enough to fit into the back of this truck. And the beauty of this truck is it's got a built-in crane. We can load and unload without needing another vehicle. And anything that saves time is good. That's why we just drop it in like that. And then let's see where we need to go. So head out over this way. Over the bridge. I think I know the way. Over the second bridge. Chuck a hard right. Over the third bridge. Throw this thing up over this bridge. Right there. Easy. Nice close-up of the valve there. Looks like a brand new one. We see a lot of these in disrepair, which we pick up. They give you quite a bit of recycled steel if you want to make steel pipes or steel beams. I prefer steel beams just because if you want to sell them, you can stack way more of them in a vehicle than a steel pipe. If you haven't already seen, I've created a short of me stacking 50 beams in a log forwarder. That was pretty fun. I kept knocking them over towards the end. It was a bit frustrating, but yeah, it was like a 40-minute process, but squeezed down to like a minute on the YouTube short. It's also on TikTok. If you're on that platform, you can search for the Scenic Route. You'll be able to find me there. Okay, 50 steel beams in a single log forwarder. Went to the depot and collected $95,000. Not a bad payday. Bought a couple of vehicles since the last video. There's a new command module which I haven't even deployed yet, so not sure what that's all about, but I believe it's got mobile resource dumping and collecting. So that's pretty cool. And the other vehicle was a new truck, which was really good. I've used it a few times. It's the same truck as we use as a log forwarder, but it's just got a truck bed on it. Okay, we have to actually install this thing. All right, let's get as close to it as we can. Yeah, that's probably not as close as we can, but it's close enough. You just have to get it into that blue zone until it turns green. Installed. That objective is complete. Oh, I've got a new side objective come out from that. I won't probably look at that right now. Well, I won't look at doing it. Let's look at it. Clear the area of objects. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of objects there. I wonder if there's anything we can salvage. Well, $7,100 from that. It's not bad. Let's look at the next main one though. Prepare the port for generator and pump arrival. That's all the way over here. It's another clear area of objects and $7,100 again. So we'll do this one. I just wanted to do the two main objectives today that we had open. I have a crane in the area. I thought I did. That is a cable laying machine. I must have moved it. I definitely had a crane in here earlier. I'll need to send a crane out there. That's another thing, I got a new crane. I might send that out. Where's the closest base? Closest base, I think, is industrial base, probably. All right. So the new train is this one, the Epic HWC 945. It is epic by name, epic by nature. 60-ton lift weight and a boom length of 25.5 meters. Just to compare, the Zix, which we were using before, lift weight of only 40 tons and a boom length of 21. So, big upgrade with the Epic. Let's deploy that. My cat has come on my desk to bother me. Might mute that bit out, that's not a dodge. Alright, let's get underway with the Epic. Actually, before we go too far, getting right. And right, go over that long thing and then turn right again, okay. Got little lights on top of the roof of the cab there. Be cool if you could sort of toggle them on and off, but they are permanently on, but that's fine by me. What if I should bring a cargo truck as well? Maybe there's some salvage we can, while we're clearing out whatever needs to be cleared out, we can chuck it onto a truck and make a bit of cash on the side as well. But let's just see what we're dealing with first. This road, it's very tippy. It didn't get flattened very well. It's kind of concave, convex, whatever. It's like driving on top of a pipe. Gotten a bit used to it now. Early on I kept falling off the edge. It was built on top of some railway lines, that's why you can sort of see them poking through a bit on there. Nice roads here. Much better than the muddy dirt roads that we started with. Though, quite dangerous in this part with all these trees. Maybe I should cut some down. I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. There is some salvage to be had. But I can't be bothered. We'll just oops. Just clear this and be on our way, shall we? Look at the anchors on this thing, man. They are some serious anchors. So these wheels you can sell at the depot. That big pipe we can recycle for quite a bit of steel. I think these, you don't get a lot of money for these, I don't know what you call them, cable wheels or whatever. They're probably not worth doing. These little steel doors, I don't even know what they are. Steel mesh things, you don't really get a lot from those either. So we'll just sort of chuck them out the way. Probably get this container and just stack it next. I like putting containers on top of buildings, but I think that building is in these zones, so I can't really do that. Oh yeah, that works. where should I chuck this one? I reckon I can chuck it on the other side. Lift it up first, don't I? Right. Oh no, I can't. That wall is blocking the crane. And now it's kind of stuck. Alright, it's going to go this way. Taking a moment to appreciate the music. There's not much more satisfying than flinging something from your crane and it just lands right where you want it. Oh, that was not satisfying at all. Let's get it higher. That'll do. And I think this is last little bit here. Unless it wants me to get rid of all that stuff on the other side too. I might need to move the crane if that's the case. I don't see any of those triangle markers on the other side, so hopefully this is the last one. Yep.
Okay, this is it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Rhetorical question, of course. I know you always are. All that's left to do is plot the routes to supply the construction efforts with the resources they need. Then bring the new pump and generators from the port to the dam.
Alright, so we've got a few more objectives. Let's have a look while we're here. So restore the dam and stop the flooding. So we've still got that side objective, but let's have a look at this main one. So we've got to deliver all these objects. So from the port to the dam. Again, from the port. I'm guessing these are all going to be, yeah. Port to the dam, then infrastructure from the concrete slabs to the dam, and production for dam. Okay. Not going to do that tonight. I'll save that for the next video. So this is a short one. So thanks very much for watching. And yeah, maybe we'll finish up this map on the next one. And then move on to something else. Looking forward to it. Thanks very much for your company. I'll see you next time.